Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of me trying to make the virtual world a little bit more real. For today's episode, I'm sick. It's probably why I don't sound very pleasant. I really wanted to record this today though and get going on uploading it, so hopefully it's manageable. I've got some cough drops and some water so I stay hydrated. So hopefully that makes it more manageable for me as well. And you'll notice I also have Mini-Me back in the webcam because I look like trash. Unrelated to me being sick. And he just looks so dapper, I figured why not bring him back. Today's episode is gonna be a weird one. To be fair, a lot of them are pretty weird, but this one might just take the cake. I'm gonna be looking at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Specifically, the from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and seeing which one of them is safest. So not if you necessarily want to win the race, but if you just want to live long enough to get to the finish line. Because let's be real, Luigi is not coming back from that. The way this is gonna work is I've got very exciting columns like seat belts and mirrors and cargo protection. Very, very exciting topics, I know. And I'm gonna be grading these guys on whether or not they have it or whether or not they do it well. There's also weight, which is gonna be subjective. I'll focus on that when I get to it later though. For the most part though, if a cart has a listed safety feature, it'll get a handy dandy yes on our handy dandy spreadsheet. And if it does not, it will have a no. Over here on the right, you can see it will count the amount of yeses we give to it, and that will be its rating. The one with the highest should be the safest. So to look at them, I have them listed over here, but to get a better view, pretty poor quality, I have to say, even though it's the best I could find. So I should also have some kind of graphic from the game showing up as we talk. So let's go ahead and get started. These first two though are gonna go by pretty quick because the answer for them is the same for all carts. None of the carts have seatbelts. And as far as lights go, you might think this cart does not have lights, unlike some others. However, no matter which cart you pick, it will get lights on it as soon as you start racing and get somewhere dark. So that's gonna get a yes for all of them. All right, moving on to mirrors now, something different. This cart has 0 mirrors. Its bumpers, while not great, it does have it, so I'll give it to it. And that takes us to the weight category. Now, the way I'm gonna look at this, from what I could find on researching car safety, which is a very thrilling read, let me tell you, a heavier car is better because if you're in a crash, you're less likely to be pushed around and injured, and other features. So we have a list of vehicle stats here, and basically as long as it's not a negative number, we're gonna give it a yes. If it goes into the negatives and is lighter, then we'll give it a no. Moving on, cargo protection, that was the next one. Yeah, that's a hard no on this one. Mario is not gonna be safe sitting in that. Could easily slip out, and if he gets hit from the side, he's a goner. However, low center of gravity, that's gonna be a yes, because it's just really low to the ground. Does not look like it could tip too easily. Okay, moving on to the pipe frame. Does not have mirrors. It technically has a bumper. Its weight class though, however, is -25, so that gets a no. And similar to the standard cart, it has 0 cargo protection. It does, however, have a low center of gravity, so it gets a score of 3. Let's look at this guy, the Mach 8. It also has no mirrors, and I'm gonna say it doesn't have any bumpers. I'm not entirely sure what this is. Assuming this is intended to be like a jet engine, it looks like that's not a bumper, so that gets a no. But its weight is pretty high, so that's a yes. And cargo protection actually gets a yes as well. Its sides are raised, unlike the other two, so you're gonna be a bit safer in this one. Low center of gravity, if the wheels were in a little bit more, definitely not, but as of right now, yeah, it looks all right. So it also has a score of 4. The Steel Diver has no mirrors. Has a great bumper, however. It's even angled to like push other stuff out of the way if it collides, which is awesome. Its weight is a hefty 0.5. So that's a yes. Cargo protection, however, it's gonna be a big old nope. And this vehicle actually has the issue that the Mach 8 would have had that I was saying if the wheels were pushed in more. It doesn't really go out, it kind of just goes up. So I'm gonna say it does not have a low center of gravity. The Cat Cruiser does not have any mirrors. I promise some of these do. It does have a bumper, it's kind of just like a normal collar. And it has a weight of 0, so that's good enough to pass. Its cargo protection, however, the seat comes above the side. Even though the sides look like they're raised, I'm gonna give this one a no. And it does have a low center of gravity. So it has a 4. We're going back and forth between 3s and 4s so far, I see. Let's see if anything can beat it. The Circuit Special. No mirrors. It does have a bumper, and its weight is above 0. I'd even say it has good cargo protection. Maybe not great, but you're definitely sitting in the car instead of like on top of a car. So that's better than the other stuff we've looked at. And it does have a low center of gravity. So that does it. As of right now, the Circuit Special is our special little car. With a safety rating, the highest so far of 8. Okay, moving on to one that's probably not gonna have a very high safety rating. The Tri-Speeder does not have any mirrors. Its bumper is its engine. That's a big nope. It's a hefty 0.5 though. There we go. And, I mean, as far as cargo protection goes, yeah, you're sitting in it. So, that gets a yes. I honestly don't know what to do for low center of gravity for this one, so I think I'm just gonna say yes, because it doesn't look especially top heavy, but it doesn't look super low, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Either way, it's still just a 4. The Bandwagon. No, Badwagon. I really thought this was always called the Bandwagon. Well, alright. It does not have any mirrors, but it has a great bumper. It's also a hefty 0.5, and it's got probably some of the best cargo protection we've ever seen. Mario's gonna be nice and secure in there, as well as it probably has a low center of gravity. So the bad Bandwagon and the Circuit Special are now tied for first place. Let's see if anything can get a 6. Next up, we have Prancer and presumably Dancer. No mirrors. In fact, they should probably get docked for having 2 horses obscure your vision as you're driving, and I don't know if they'd make a good bumper. I'm kind of inclined to say no, so that's what I'm gonna say. They also come in underweight, negative 0.25. It's a little hard to tell, but it does look like you're not even sitting that far down in either, so that's gonna get a no from me. But its center of gravity does look pretty low, even with the horses. So it comes off with a 3. The Biddybuggy is next, and I don't feel too good about its chances, but let's see here. Does not have any mirrors. I guess that's technically a bumper. It has kind of its face as its bumper, but it counts. It comes in super light at negative 0.5, but it does have good cargo protection. However, I am gonna dock it on the low center of gravity. It just looks like it's gonna tip over. Moving on to the Landship. A contradiction of words, and really a vehicle that should not be allowed on the road. It has a freaking cannon. This ship has no mirrors. It does have a bumper, whether it's the top out mast. I don't know what you would call that. Or this part right here. Either way, it does have a bumper. And something tells me it's gonna be pretty heavy from the look of it. The heck? All right, well that's honestly the most surprising one yet. Its cargo protection, however, is superb, but it most certainly does not have a low center of gravity. Next up, we have this old shoe. Yeah, it really will get your motor running. I'm sorry. All right, no mirrors. It does have a bumper, and its weight, I don't even know what to assume anymore. Okay, it's 0. So, has a low weight, has 0 cargo protection, and I'm gonna say it has a low center of gravity. I wanna give it bonus points for having the laces be the exhaust pipe, because that's really smart, because I just really love that idea, but unfortunately, it's not an important criteria. All right, the Sports Coupe. No mirrors. Yes, a bumper. And as far as weight goes, it comes in above. Has good cargo protection. Has a low center of gravity. Holy crap, we've got a 3-way tie right now. The only thing that could beat this is a car that had mirrors. The gold standard is gonna be identical to the normal standard. Unfortunately, gold does not make you any more safe. Next up, we have brand placement, and we're gonna have brand placement for a while. The GLA. It does not have any mirrors. It does have a bumper. Let's see what its weight is. The GLA is hefty. Has good cargo protection. Has a low center of gravity. All right, we're getting a lot that have 5. Do you see what I see? That was a mistake. Brand placement number 2. GLA, BMW, Mercedes, Silver Arrow. I know cars well. And believe it or not, this is the first time that we will be saying yes for mirrors. Look at that. And it has a great bumper. What's it look like on weight? Well, that's heartbreaking. It doesn't even have good cargo protection. I'm gonna say it has a low center of gravity, just because the wheel has wheel wings, the official name of those. Oh, Silver Arrow. I thought you were gonna be the upset here. Oh well. Moving on, we have the Roadster. Okay, so I don't actually have this car, confession time. I don't have all of them yet. You need so many coins to get them, dude. And I'm gonna look real stupid if this isn't actually a mirror, but I looked up actual pictures of the 300 SL Roadster, and it looks like that's an actual mirror on that one side. I don't get it. I'm not a car guy, but all right, let's keep moving. It has great bumpers. Its weight, let's see, drum roll, is 0. There we go. Holy crap, it has great cargo protection, and it has a low center of gravity. Ladies and nerds, we have a 6-pointer. That's our new front runner. Well, we have a few more to look at. Really doubt any are gonna pass it, but moving right along, we have the blue Falcon. Does not have any mirrors. We're back to those. Its bumper is glass, so that's not great. It's also super light, and its cargo protection, it's good. Looks like you're sitting down there, all right. And it does have a low center of gravity, but that's just a 3, unfortunately, for the blue Falcon. What about the Tanooki cart? Does not have any mirrors. Does have a nice bumper. Its weight comes in above 0. Looks like you're sitting pretty far down in there, and it does have a low center of gravity, so another 5, but that no longer matters. All right, what about the B-Dasher? Is that gonna pass it up? Something tells me no. No mirrors. It does have a bumper. Its weight is good. 0 cargo protection, but a good low center of gravity. Now, my favorite looking one, Streetle. Really want this guy to pass, but unfortunately, no mirrors. One of the better bumpers we've seen, but just super lightweight. And not good cargo protection either. It does, however, have a low center of gravity. Oh, whoops. That should be a yes. Now, my actual favorite looking car. This thing is sick. However, it does not have any mirrors. Does have a great bumper. Has good weight. Has good cargo protection. And has a good center of gravity. Coming in at 5. Tied for our second highest. And last, but definitely not least, the clowniest car of all, Koopa Clown Car. Comes in with no mirrors. I'm hesitant to say it has bumpers, but I did give the Biddybuggy a yes for this, so I guess I'm obliged to give it yes. Its weight is also a positive number, so that's a yes. Has great cargo protection, but definitely not a low center of gravity, placing it at 4. Okay, and that's all of them. And after a ton of time trying to figure out how to display the winner and the loser, I've come up with perfect formula. Ladies and nerds, the winner of our first annual Safest Mario Kart competition is the Roadster, coming in at a total 6 points out of a possible 7. The only thing it lacks is seatbelts, which they all do, so you can't really hold it against it. Plus, if this were a real 300 SL Roadster, I'm assuming it would have seatbelts anyways. And coming in at the lowest score, we have all of these guys, but I put the Prancer up here because I really just don't like its design. They all had a total score of 3. No car actually came in with a 2, which is honestly kind of surprising. To be real, if we looked at whether they physically had a place for lights instead of whether or not the game just put lights on them when you were racing them, these results would be different. Maybe we'll switch it up next time. I don't know. I'm just really happy to have filmed this while sick. Hopefully this was even a little bit fun to watch. Let me know down below. And hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next one.